the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Covington kicks to Lillard. Off target from three-point range. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The shot by Middleton, wide open. They get it again. Back to Holiday. The 3 for DiVincenzo. Not going to go that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And a wide open look for McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
And that one's good by Giannis. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots. Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Passes to Holiday. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, I tell you what, Middleton getting his hands dirty inside on the glass. You know he can shoot it from outside, but inside points are bonus.
Lillard from outside, and the Trailblazers another 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. And here's Nurkic. There's Hollis-Jefferson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boy, Hollis-Jefferson really draws fouls in bunches. I mean, this kid is just kinetic with the ball in his hands.
And he makes both free throws. Now, here's Antetokounmpo. It's blocked.
The 7'2" wingspan of Hollis-Jefferson paying off right there. His defense can be suffocating.
But they recover it. With the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
Giannis against Nurkic. Here's Lopez. Shot to stop the run. Hollis-Jefferson with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
A good look from McCollum. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Holiday with it. Now defended by McCollum. Holiday gets the bucket.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
McCollum finds Lillard. Covington against Middleton. Here's Lillard. He sinks the 11-footer. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Middleton. That one off the back iron and out.
I guess even he has missed one of those once in a while.
McCollum, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
The drive by Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
Lillard from outside. No good that time.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
He rifled that one in from distance. He's got 11.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good.
Hey, if you had a list of the most athletic players in the NBA and did a roll call, it would be not long before you got to Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak is the real deal.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Trailblazers out in front. They're up by 10. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but
when I'm training in the summer,
the team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Teague. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Teague drives in. And he banks in the layup.
And there's no slowing down Jeff Teague on the drive. An expert at getting his shot past tight defense.
And there's the pass to Anthony. Dish now to Powell. Back to Anthony. Shoots over Tucker. Here's Cantor. Powell trying to free himself up. Cantor's shot is off. Here's Tucker. Here's Connaughton. Guarded by Powell. Shot clock at 6. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And Teague is kind of sneaky with his vertical, guys. I wouldn't call it great, but it's certainly better than average. And he'll fly high on occasion to jam whenever he gets the chance.
Here's Simon. And he makes good on the layup. Simons has got his first 2 points of the night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's Tucker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years and you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Here's Connaughton. And it's Portland with the rebound. Pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Offline with his 3. Bucks trail by 10. 1:57 left to play in the first half. Here's Portis. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And that one, good. Teague's got 8.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up. Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
That one falls. Powell's got 4 points now in the quarter. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
35 seconds left in the first half of the game. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now Holiday. Pass to Antetokounmpo. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. That's short off the rim. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 8.
And I tell you, it's ridiculous how much space Antetokounmpo covers in just 2 strides. I mean, the way he...
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 11 points, 3 assists. And that does it for our...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. That cuts the lead to single digits. Holiday's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bucks. Lillard finds Hollis-Jefferson. McCollum against DiVincenzo. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Hollis-Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis-Jefferson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Middleton the pass to Lopez. The feed now to Giannis. And good that time. Giannis has got 10 points.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Holiday against Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McCollum. Nurkic, the putback, and they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Passes it to Antetokounmpo.
Excellent defense that time by Hollis Jefferson. That is his calling card. That's his forte. The quickness, the wingspan, the IQ, the want to. He's got it all.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. Kicks to Nurkic. Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard misses.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Middleton inside the three-point line with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. And now it's just a 4-point Portland lead. Lillard against Howard. Now here's Lillard. Tight defense on him. Covington wide open. He fires. Here's Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Lillard. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lillard. Shoots the 3. Lillard again missing. Bucks trail by 4. Here's Holiday. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Hey, Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Connaughton kicks to Forbes. We've got 1:08 left in the third. And again, the Bucks miss. Portland leading. It's McCollum with the drive. Anthony kicks it out to Jones. Now here's McCollum. He's covered closely. Count the basket. McCollum's got 9 points.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Holiday with it. 6 points for him. Fires the 3. No good on that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
1 triple for him in the first half. Now he's hit another.
Bucks trail by 7. Holiday looking for an opening. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. He's got 8.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Yeah, a hard-nosed defender, Tucker, gets up into your grill and tries to intimidate you.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers lead by 5. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the 4th quarter. We've got Chris Middleton. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Harry Giles comes in for Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for Damian Lillard.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Here's Simons. He kicks to Cantor. They get it back. No good on the shot. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. It's a 5-point game. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And here's Jones. Pass to Simons. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
Man, I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Shoots off the step back. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Milwaukee. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Middleton for three. And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound in this one. And the basket by Lillard.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Giannis outside. Middleton on the wing from past the arc. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
The Bucks trail, and up the court come the Bucks on the break. And it's Giannis missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 1. There's 1:38 left in the 4th. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. For three, Middleton. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And his Going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Covington finds Canner. 4 on the shot clock. To the inside. And Portland turns it over again. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Holiday. Middleton against Covington. A clear look here for Middleton. Good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
McCollum outside. Pass to Canner. Lillard outside. It's in!
Boy, and just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, missed it.
Well, I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're leading by 1. Just 4 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And definitely, they've got to get that defensive strategy in place. You have to play it smart. A stop probably wins the game for them, but they cannot afford a foul.
And so it's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead. Lillard outside. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so the big win by It's Anthony in at the small forward. And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. Now, here's Lillard. Inside, Giants. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
Good luck in trying to guard Lillard. When he's involved in the pick and roll, he enjoys shredding the deep with his passing.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
The Clippers need to get off a shot, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot before second violation. The pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You got to play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot once he catches.
George against Jones. The 19-foot shot. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
Anthony, the pass to Giants. Here's Nurkic. Zubac's defending. Here's Giles, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
George looking over the floor. Can they get it? The rebound by Giles. Trailblazers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Lillard fires away from way outside. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Giles. The feed to Carmelo. And it's Anthony with the jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Lillard from deep three-point land. A putback. It's good on the putback. Giles has got 6 points.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Leonard inside. Anthony on him. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Great talkers over the years. Trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Lillard outside. On deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got his second bucket of the game to go. Rondo looking over the floor. Right side, Leonard. Back to Rondo. Shot clock at 5. Down low. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Rondo.
Well, tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assist list. Incredible career that keeps going.
Lillard fires away from way outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Kennard finds Batum. Back to Kennard. Leonard the pass to Kennard. Leonard attacking, and that one is good.
This is why Kennard's teammates appreciate him. He's good at sharing the wealth when they're uncovered.
Lillard with it. 6 points for him. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Outstanding quickness of Lillard. It keeps the D on their heels. He excels at drawing the foul on these drives.
Both free throws good from Lillard.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
And so it's Portland with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break.
Venom.
Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent on this team.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Batum is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's Mann in at the shooting guard.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
George passes to... Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Inside, McCollum, nice move. And that's 2 points on the layup.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Oh, yeah, difficult finish, but if you expected him to back down, you better think again.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. McCollum dishes to Powell. Back to McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Leonard against Powell. Stolen by Cantor. One-on-one here. There's the lob to the hoop. And it's Thomas Jefferson with the jam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Leonard. And it's good. 2 points. 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Powell. The dish to Cantor. And Portland again with the bucket.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Leonard against Powell. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Leonard. The Trailblazers have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for George. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. A 12-point game. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Back to Kennard, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when you're playing from behind, that's the last thing you want to do. Make matters worse.
Simons, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Here's Simons. Nice D from Cousins.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Yep, it counts.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Portland leading by 10. Here's Simons. Pass to Nurkic. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. But hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Morris with the bucket.
When Morris gets free from mid-range, he's very effective. Love seeing him getting it going from there.
Left side, Jones. From about 19 feet, here's Giles. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Giles has got 8 points.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Jackson kicks to Morris. Back to Jackson. He feeds it to Cousins. He gets that one. Cousins has got 4 this quarter.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
And so it's Portland with a 10.
Carmelo, you got some.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to after 2 quarters. It's Portland out in front. They lead by 10. Jack, how do you? Thanks for joining us.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Giles in at the 4 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent as the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
The pass to Nurkic. Here's Giles. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And the 3 ball is good.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
George against Jones. No good from Zubac.
just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, Trailblazers keep it alive. From downtown, the rebound by Patterson. Clippers trail by 16. George passes to Zubac. 2 points. That one goes.
An 0 for 3 start to the first half is finally behind them. I mean, now maybe they can get something rolling.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Giles kicks to Lillard. Back to Giles. And stolen by Patterson. Oh, Leonard in position.
Continuing to impress as a playmaker. George's ability to facilitate an offense is one of his many strengths.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. From deep. That one doesn't drop. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Kennard against Powell. To the middle. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Yeah, Cantor moves so well with his team. Fluid motion gets him free for the shot.
1:46 left in the third quarter. Shoots from the line. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm surprised that D isn't respecting his mid-range game more. They ought to be. I bet you they will be soon.
And here's McCollum. Cantor finds Hollis Jefferson. Back to Cantor. Jackson against McCollum. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. McCollum's got 6 points.
Love seeing McCollum bail his team out. So cool under pressure. Doesn't let the slow shot clock get to him.
Passes to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And Ben Gregg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Powell down low. Kennard covering. Basket counts.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Here's Jackson. Morris kicks to Jackson. Sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got his second basket.
Oh, man, you really like seeing Jackson get going from the perimeter. His three-point shot has come a long way.
Now McCollum, 6 points for him. Makes it off the glass. McCollum's got 4 this quarter.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
No good. Now through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Trailblazers leading by 13, and the Clippers looking at who they've got. We've got Kawhi Leonard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point. And the basket by McCollum.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And George kicks to Zubas. They get a hand on it. Stolen by McCollum. Powell, the pass to Canner. Here's Simons. No good from outside.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Wasted no time on that one.
Timeout.
George has got his first points of the night.
Since he's wide open, he's got time to add a little style with the fader.
Now a timeout called by Portland. For the Trailblazers, Hyundai Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Pass to Canner. Back to Lillard. From down in the low post, it goes. And the Trailblazers lead by 13. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. George passes to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard surveying the D. 6 to shoot. From past the arc. Lillard again missing.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Portland leading by 11. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell. And then for the Clippers, Patterson comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Lillard fires away from way outside. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
Lillard's so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Leonard dishes to Patterson. Pass to Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Trailblazers leading by 12. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Jackson against Lillard. He lobs it up. Out to the wing. From deep three-point range. They get it back. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 8 points in the quarter.
The star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Damian Lillard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Lillard from outside. Portland with a new 14. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Covington finds Lillard. Lets it go from deep. Lillard again missing.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively. It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
And here's George for three. No good there. And it's Portland the other way. At one point, they led by 16. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard from outside. Lillard again missing.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Well, it's tough, man. When you get to this point in the game, you fought hard, did your best, but just wasn't enough.
Tips it. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're up by 13. 1 second left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Still trying to apply the finishing touches. That's what they'll be talking about.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
These fans love him, and tonight he's given them plenty to cheer about. Long range from the inbound. No good. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this. The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. This is the backdrop from. And with
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. Griffin is out there with Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the shooting guard position. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Now, here is Irving. Harris outside. On the wing, Harden. Rebound by Nurkic. And here's Portland. Here's McCollum. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary.
And the basket by Harden.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Now, here's Lillard. Passes it to Nurkic. Lillard against Harden. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Gets the three-pointer to fall. McCollum's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, the vision's one thing, but the timing also helps. Lillard prepared to get the ball to his teammate.
Irving passes to Harden and stolen by Lillard. There's the three and another three for Portland.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 7-point differential.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Nurkic in the post. He's against Jordan. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, they can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
Outside Irving. Pass to Harden. Irving with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's McCollum. He has 6. Kicks it to Nurkic. To the paint. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Now here is Irving. Harris outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Brown, good.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Unable to get that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Harris passes to Griffin. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Griffin's got his second bucket.
His skill at his size and then converting through contact. Such strength from the big man.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Joe Harris. And Luwawu subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Count it, good.
Well, instead of taking it all the way to the rack, Durant uses that length and soft touch for the floater.
Here's Simons. Pass to Giles. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Brown the pass to Durant. There's 48 seconds left in the first. Takes a shot at the elbow. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Hollis Jefferson. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Well, you could tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Green finds Brown. Back to Green. It's Durant with the drive, and they pick up 2.
Not fair of a coach to send out one defender against Kevin Durant, skilled at fighting through whatever challenges the D wants to throw at him.
Simons surveying the D. Banked in off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Outside Durant. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 3. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Damian.
No more beginnings. You know, I'm from a tough place.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Harden. He's out there with Brown. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And they're running. Brown the pass to Claxton. Back to Harden. And that one drops.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. They trail by 1. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it. Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Portland with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now he's an all-star last year. You know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Giles kicks to Lillard. Back to Giles. Stolen by Durant. Stolen by Cantor. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
The number of go-to moves and a soft touch. Cantor can crush you inside.
Outside, KD. To the inside. And Green gets it to go. Green's got the lead, back up to 5 now for the Nets.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Jones comes in for Carmelo Anthony. For Portland, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here's Lillard. He feeds it to Covington. Can't get it to fall.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
First trip to the line for him here. Free throw good from Harden. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Harden hits them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Passes it to Canner. Back to McCollum. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Irving with a clean look. And again, it's the Nets missing.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
And yes, it's good.
And McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way as he competes. That's a tough one there.
Now here's Harden. He has 6. Launches a 3. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Harden. Irving's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets. To the paint. Cantor kicks the foul. No good with the triple.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And it's an 8-point Nets lead.
Just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Hit his foot. Kick. And the ref saying you kicked it. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Here's McCollum. He's got 8. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
The Trailblazers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Just a smooth scorer is C.J. McCollum, and that combination of being confident and crafty keeps helping him pile up points in terms of his career statistics. Now he's at the line.
Here's Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Lillard, and he converts the layup. Lillard's got 5 now.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They kept at it on both ends. And that.
We got the snake in the grass. I got 100 in cash. I'm about to spend right now. They're trying to put me in.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Nets leading by 3, and McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Harris's shot is good.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Trailblazers trail by 6. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And on the way from Irving for 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul for the Trailblazers. Anthony's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. And the Nets making a change here as well. Green's checked in. Lillard, the pass to Covington. This is his first free throw of the game.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Fouls checked in. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Here is Harden. 8 points for him. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Down low and stolen by Lillard. Out to Anthony. Inside, Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Second shot opportunity. It's good.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
The Nets with the lead. Irving with the ball. 5 points in the game. Now Harden. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 10 points.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, that's an exclamation point right there. Lillard is a natural-born finisher.
Irving passes to Claxton. Out to Harris. 5 to shoot. That savvy little up fake there. Fooling the D. 7 points in the game.
Nice mid-range, Jay. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
Lillard scanning the floor. The pass to Nurkic. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And McCollum subbed in for Lillard. And then for Brooklyn, Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Irving. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Durant wide open. He fires. Portland grabs the miss. 1:32 left in the third quarter. Powell dishes to Kanter. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They lead by 4. And it goes down 2 points.
Timeout.
Green's got his second bucket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's KD after the Trailblazers pick up 2, and that's an intentional foul. Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. So it's Brooklyn now. 4-point game. Here's Durant. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. KD's got 8 points.
Well, with the skill and size to score from anywhere on the court, Durant produces huge numbers pretty much on a nightly basis.
Now here's McCollum. 13 points in the game. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Knocks it loose. Kanter inside, and Kanter throws it down.
And that's just all muscle there. Kanter is solid at fighting his way through whatever the D throws at him.
Brown the pass to KD. Pass to Claxton. Brown outside. Over Anthony. Can't get it to fall.
How about Melo? Some good defense down there on the other end, putting in the effort.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Right back after this break. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Nets leading by 6. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Griffin. Joe Harris is out there with Irving, and it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is Irving over Lillard. Here's Jordan. Excellent D from Cantor.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
And stolen by Irving. Jordan kicks to Irving. Harris passes to Jordan. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. Irving can't hit.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Now here's Lillard to the middle. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Nurkic.
Think about Nurkic and how great it is to see him back on the floor. That horrific leg injury back in March of 2019.
Outside Irving. Here's Harden. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And the Nets lead by 6.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. No good on the triple.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
It's stolen by Jones. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard against Harden. Nurkic trying to get open.
You can't just throw up stuff like that with DeAndre Jordan lurking around.
Stops, pops, and finds Irving. On target from 13 feet. Irving's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
You got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony, and McCollum subbed in for Lillard. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Big time hoop from Covington. He's had to earn everything he's gotten in his NBA career.
Outside Irving. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stop.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Harden against McCollum. The shape, and it's good on the way in.
And he was a go-to guy in crunch time in college, and McCollum now has developed that reputation here in the league.
Now, here is Irving. Jordan kicks to Harden. Back to Jordan. Nets passing it around. The tray. Harden outside. Just 5 on the clock. And McCollum with the block. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And it's Jones finishing it off.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Now here's Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Now he's jacked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. And the Nets making a change here as well. Durant's checked in for Blake Griffin. Harden against Lillard. Passes it to McCollum. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
KD against Covington. Durant kicks to Harris. Back to KD. Shoots over Covington. Durant, no good. Guys, it's come down here to a very important possession.
No room for error.
Lillard way outside. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor's checked in.
Perfect from the line. It's now a two-possession game.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive. Well, that's a shot right there. He's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
Irving finds Harris. Here's Jordan. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
The second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. And a deep three from Lillard. Offline. So it's the Nets picking up the win. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Brent Barry. In their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. And Antetokounmpo. Count it. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lillard from outside, and he's good on the 3-ball.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Here's Holiday. Up again, and Antetokounmpo on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket tonight.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Nobody near Nurkic. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. Back to Antetokounmpo, stolen by McCollum. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Ever the opportunist, McCollum probing for a weakness, finds one and exploits it.
Middleton outside. Pass to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Holiday, and Holiday throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And it's Lillard on the follow. Lillard's got 7 points.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Holiday, the pass to Giannis. Hits it down to Middleton, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Bucks making a switch here. Tucker's checked in. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Lillard surveying the D. McCollum outside. Passes it to Carmelo. Shoots over Tucker. And Kanter wide open. He shoots. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
1:33 left in the first quarter of the game. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
The Bucks making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Shoots over DiVincenzo. McCollum, no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And he gets the whistle. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Giannis inside, covered by Anthony. Takes it down to Middleton. 5 on the clock. Milwaukee, no good that time either. DiVincenzo against McCollum. This one for 3, drills the three-pointer.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Trailblazers lead. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James,
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
They've got P.J. Tucker, Antetokounmpo out there with Portis. Then there's Teague, and it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Blazers.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. McCollum passes to Covington. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
Teague, the pass to Tucker, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum. Anthony against Antetokounmpo. Lets it go from 11. The shot that time not on target. Now the Bucks take it the other way. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Outside Teague. Pass to Connaughton. Fires the 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Bryn Forbes in for Jeff Teague. And the pass to Connaughton. Here's Portis. Tucker controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Bucks lead by 1.
P.J. Tucker always active on the boards and doesn't give the defense a chance to box him out.
And Portland turns it over again. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Forbes. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Well, you look at Forbes, and he's got great form, whether it's 25 feet away, 30 feet away, wherever. I mean, he can spray you from anywhere in the building.
Here's Kanter. He feeds it to Anthony. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Bobby Portis.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Drew Holiday in for Pat Connaughton. Lillard from deep three-point land. Keeps it alive. And Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Here's Lopez. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And Kanter able to finish. Cantor's got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Holiday, no one around him. Milwaukee the rebound. Giannis kicks to Forbes. Fires for three. Middleton outside. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Count the basket.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Powell, the pass to Cannon. Powell dishes to Lillard. Six on the shot clock. Back to Powell. From the stripe. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. The Bucks have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. And it's off from three-point range. And a deep three from Lillard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 8 points, 4 rebounds, and that.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Giannis kicks to Connaughton. Back to Antetokounmpo, and Covington sends it back. Lillard from outside. That shot off the mark. The Bucks trail. And the powerful one-handed slam.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
Cullen passes to Lillard. Takes the 3. And it's Lillard again missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Loads it up for Giannis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
McCollum finds Lillard from deep three-point range. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Holiday against Lillard, and Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Pass to Nurkic. Lillard against Holiday. And that one's good. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And Holiday kicks to Connaughton. Antetokounmpo with the bucket. Giannis has got 12 points in the game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I'll tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint. You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Fast break, here we go. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Poked away. Nurkic with the steal. Hollis Jefferson in the post. Antetokounmpo's there. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Holiday surveying the floor. And again, the Bucks miss. Portland's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. The three from McCollum bangs home the trifecta. He has 6.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys, they're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Middleton right side. From outside the arc, and another three for Milwaukee.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Now here's McCollum. Not a lot of room. It's McCollum on the wing. Here's Kanter. He's got 10. Another shot. McCollum kicks to Kanter. Takes a three. Offensive rebound. And staying with the play, Anthony.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
For three. Off the mark. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Bucks on top. They're up by 3. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Bucks leading by 3. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Chris Middleton, Antetokounmpo out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Bobby Portis, and it's Teague in at the 1. And a deep three from Lillard. The long-distance three is buried. Lillard's got 20.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his 3rd triple since halftime.
Outside Portis. Portland grabs the miss. Stolen by Tucker. In the corner, Middleton with it. Powell against Teague. Passes it to Portis. Nurkic with the block. And he's able to get it back. That one goes. Count it. Trailblazers trail by 4. Three-pointer, Lillard. The shot will not fall. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Powell with the steal. Lillard outside. Portland again missing. Bucks leading by 4. Antetokounmpo dishes to Tucker. T kicks to Middleton. Pass to Portis. The 15-footer. The putback. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis comes in for P.J. Tucker. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Holiday in for Jeff T. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Jones. McCollum passes to Covington.
Really nice work here from Covington to draw the foul on his way up. He's got a real...
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Holiday attacking, and Holiday throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
DiVincenzo against McCollum. DiVincenzo kicks to Holiday. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And the Bucks lead by 3.
With experience, skill, and ability, Holiday makes for the perfect go-to scoring option.
McCollum passes to Nurkic. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Nurkic can't hit. Bucks leading by 3. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Lillard fires away from way outside, but they'll get another chance. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Here's the pass to Connaughton. Now DiVincenzo. On the wing, Holiday. Down low, 4 on the clock. Covington with the steal. McCollum deciding where to go with it. The putback, and Covington stays with it. Covington's got 4 points this quarter.
And, you know, the calm nature of Covington. Even in tense moments, he stays relaxed, he keeps his composure, and finds ways to nail these shots.
Here's Giannis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo has really learned how to get himself to the foul line. It's one of the easiest ways to score the ball. He gets to the stripe at a higher clip with each passing year.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And Portland with a change here, too. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Boy, and just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. Outside, Antetokounmpo. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes, he's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
So it's the Bucks now. They lead by 1. Giannis dishes to Middleton. Back to Antetokounmpo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Enes Kanter.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And so he drops them both. It's a three-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that three-point lead.
Pass to Canner. Passes to Pop. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it, and a contested three, never an easy shot.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. Great Sunday night. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Jones, Robert Covington out there with Giles. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 1. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Jones dishes to Nurkic. Lillard attacking. Back to Nurkic. Basket counts. Indoors tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
Here's George after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Yep, that one goes.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
And it's the Clippers' ball. George looking over the floor. And George with the stuff.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Lillard outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
And so he makes both from the line.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Now George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, Paul George has got a tight handle, right? The zig, the zag, and his way through the porous defense.
Pass to Jones. George against Lillard. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's George. And Jones pulls it down.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Now, here is George. He's got 6. And now, running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Yep, that one goes in there.
And, you know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
George against Jones.
Kick it out! Kick it out!
Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite two-way player.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. Leonard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Well, a 7-footer showing how easy it can be. Enes Kanter, aggressive.
Leonard against Anthony. Powell with the steal. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Portland with a change here, too. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Powell, the pass to McCollum. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Hollis Jefferson exceptional at slashing to the cup. Cutting hard after setting the screen. Nice.
52 seconds left in the first quarter. Rondo passes to Kennard. Clock at 6. Rondo can't get it to go. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Cullen passes to Hollis Jefferson. Shoots from 8. Up again, and Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got his second bucket of the night.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
McCollum against Rondo. inside. Stolen by Cantor. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Knocks down the 3 ball.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And so it's Portland. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
This game, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs, and credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. George against McCollum. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
I'll tell you, that's the speed of Paul George on the drive. Amazing attack on the rim.
George against McCollum. Simons surveying the D. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Harry Giles comes in for Anthony. And Jones subbed in for McCollum. Beverly the pass to George. And Beverly kicks to George. Stolen away. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Stolen by Zubac. George with the ball. Jones covering. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
Here's Simons. Defended by Beverly. Good. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
They are just killing them on the interior.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Now here's Patterson. Pass to George. 6 to shoot. That's a miss, and with it, he is 5 for 9. Giles kicks to Covington. Floats it up there for Nurkic. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, I'll tell you this. If the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And then for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Collin comes in for Jones. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. Here's Rondo. Kennard, the pass to Batum. And he can't bank that one in. Trailblazers leading by 11. Pass to Kanter. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. From deep. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The 15-footer. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Leonard's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers trail by 9. Stolen by McCollum. from deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 7.
And if you look at the stats for unassisted jump shot percentage, Lillard is always around the top. He can drain those pull-up jumpers as well as anybody in our league.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. It's McCollum on the wing. Kennard covering. Lillard the pass to Giles. Bucket is good. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
Outside Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. And Cantor pulls it down.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And so it's Portland enjoying it. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They are leading by 12. And that's...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Oof. That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, this guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Hyundai Hollis Jefferson out there with Anthony, and it's Cantor in at the 5, down low. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Portland leading by 11. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Stolen by George. Leonard with the ball. He's got 7. To the right side. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Beverly the pass to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Here's George, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. George has got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers. Lillard looking around. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
George against McCollum. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Lillard with no one around. Nails the open triple off the fast break. Lillard's got 16.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Beverly the pass to George. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. For the Clippers, Morris comes in for Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Powell in for Damian Lillard. Jackson against Powell. Jackson misses. Portland leading by 14. From deep. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And it's sent back by George.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. How fast does he get off his feet?
Here's Zubac. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Portland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. The pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I'll tell you, love to see someone take the contact head on. And Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
Jackson looking around. Here's Zubac on the wing. George. Morris trying to free himself up. The Clippers keep it alive.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Jones. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. As their comeback bid had better get started.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
George finds Morris. Back to George. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Jackson. Here's Zubac. And at last they get one to fall. Zubac has got 7 points in the game. Trailblazers leading by 11. And here is Powell. Nurkic the pass to Jones. And that one is good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Powell against Jackson. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And they go to the intentional foul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Morris. And it's Kennard in for George. And then for the Trailblazers, Harry Giles is checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Jones. To the paint, here's Giles. Great D that time from Batum. Can't get the heave to fall. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Beverly in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Cousins, no good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And Portland with the change here, too. McCollum's checked in for Lillard. McCollum passes to Nurkic. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Nurkic. And the rejection by Cousins.
The aggressive defense by DeMarcus Cousins, not content to just alter it, send it back. Amazing individual performance, but you'd like to see more guys start to get involved. I don't know if he can do it alone.
Cullen passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. Nice D from Cousins. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons.
This, to me, is where he can be lethal. In fast break situation, Norman Powell's speed's a problem.
Jackson against McCollum. And they call the foul, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Leonard, no luck. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They're led by as many as 14 points. Nailed from three-point land. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got two terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
4 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, Lillard can't hit that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Leonard with no one around. Another miss by Leonard. Portland leading by 10. And a deep three from Lillard. Lillard again missing for Los Angeles. They've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Here's Cousins. The shot's good on the assist by George. Cousins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Deep low post position. If DeMarcus Cousins has it, turn the lights out.
Beverly against Lillard. Beyond the arc. And it's Lillard again missing.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Lillard against Beverly. Now, here's Lillard. He's tightly guarded. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A different look for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Cousins. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Leonard. Harry Giles is checked in for the Trailblazers. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Jones against George. From deep three-point range, and the dunk by Zubac.
The defense has zero clue on how to guard Paul George. A screen and roll genius. Fantastic at knowing when to pass.
Now Lillard. Stolen by Beverly. From deep. No good. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers arrived at the arena. A lot of thought put into those outfits. But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. We've got Robert Covington. Nurkic is out there with Giles. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Powell in at the 2 spot. And for Brooklyn, we've got Irving. Harris is out there with Griffin. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harden in at the point guard position.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Passes it to Powell. Pass to Giles. And Griffin sends it back.
Great to see Griffin going hard on the defensive end. Lightning.
That was incredible.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. In the corner, Powell with it. Back to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw tonight. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Now Irving from deep three-point range. Lillard with the rebound. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 5 now.
Yeah, Lillard aggressive in this game so far. Awesome at finding different ways to attack close to the rim.
Outside Irving. Harden against Lillard. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Irving. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Powell, the pass to Giles. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Harden draws the double, cuts off the pass. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers, and the dunk by Powell.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Irving passes to Harden. Harden draws the double. Irving for three. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. And the dunk by Powell.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Nurkic with the steal. Powell dishes to Nurkic. Back to Powell. Griffin with the steal. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Damian Lillard.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. KD's checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. And Cantor throws it down.
And that's a solid move by Cantor, going to the dribble drive. He gets that shot off when he wants.
Outside, Green. Durant finds Harden. Back to Durant. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And Green slams it in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
McCollum. Simons, the pass to Anthony. Good on the shot.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And here's Harden. 6 points for him. Green kicks to Harden. Shot clock at 3. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Here's Claxton. Rebounded by McCollum. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Anthony dishes to McCollum. To the wing on the left. From 11 feet away. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play!
That is...
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back at the end.
I know that when the main guy usually decides to move on,
he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Anthony's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside, KD. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Well, KD, an awesome job there, just sharing the rock with his teammates.
Here's Simons, guarded by Harden. Anthony kicks to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside Durant. The 3. It's Portland with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The rebound by Harden.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Here's Brown. That shot no good. And it's Portland the other way. Stolen by Durant. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The pass break chance. Count it.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Trailblazers leading by 4. It's stolen by Green. One-on-one fast break. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Green. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And the pass to Simons. Green with the block. Here's Cantor. It's stolen by Green. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Luwawu is checked in for James Harden. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Giles comes in for Anthony. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Lillard, the pass to Giles. Back to Lillard. Pass to Giles. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Lillard against Brown. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Lillard just plays with a flat-out edge. Dangerous as a player who knows how to draw contact inside.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Lillard. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Irving finds Harden. Right at the free throw line. The shot missing. And the Trailblazers going the other way. McCollum against Griffin. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got his 2nd basket of the game. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. They trail by 1. Passes it to Harden. Over Lillard. And the basket by Harden. Harden's got 12 in the game.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 9. To the inside. Off on the layup. So that'll be it for the first half.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Good battle going on tonight.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound.
He was on the fringes in their last game. Tonight,
And
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. The Nets with the lead. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Griffin in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Anthony. And he banks in the layup. Anthony's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Portland.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And it's Irving missing.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Covington against Harris. Now, here is Harden, guarded closely, and he gets the bucket. Harden's got 14 points.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Lillard attacking, and Jordan sends it back. Griffin passes to Harden. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Irving passes to Harden. Back to Irving. The 3. Rebounded by Covington.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jeff Green. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Durant subbed in for James Harden.
Getting bumped on the drive, Durant still maintains laser-sharp focus, something he's known for.
Powell dishes to McCollum. Great pass to set up the lay-in. McCollum's got 6 here in this quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
On the wing, Harris. Outside, Green. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there. Gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
Irving against McCollum. Pass to Durant. Pulls up on the wing. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And there's the pass to Cantor. McCollum outside. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter of the game. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. Here's Irving. He has 6. Outside Durant. Puts up a three. Offensive rebound, nets. And Griffin stays with it.
So you can't really afford Blake around the rim, right? You're pretty much guaranteed a highlight every time.
McCollum finds Powell. Pass to Canner. Griffin with the steal. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. KD can't get it to go.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Basket good.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession. And then CJ getting slick.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Irving surveying the floor. Durant down low. Working on Jones. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Durant. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Powell, the pass to McCollum. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out. Give him some space. Let him get to work.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
With 2 seconds left. Off on that one.
Melo using all of his length to stretch that one out there.
C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Portland. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Powell is out there with McCollum. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Cantor in at the center position.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
McCollum kicks to Covington. Kicks it out to McCollum. Jones with the bounce pass. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Cantor. Shoots over Brown. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And putting the defender in a difficult spot. Cantor with the strong frame. Hard to stop on that.
Lillard's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Harris looking it over for the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard way outside. James Harden with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here is Harden. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The feed to Jordan.
And you won't see a lot of blocks out of Cantor, but there he uses his bulk and length to affect the shooter's rhythm.
Lillard with no one around. The three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. Harden the pass to Brown. Harris outside. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Well, he played a seamless first half, but in the second half, some poor decisions right here. He continues to throw the ball away.
Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Kyrie Irving comes in for Bruce Brown. Lillard from outside. A rebound by the Nets.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It doesn't go for him. Now Portland takes it the other way.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
The shot's good from Cantor.
This is the thing about Cantor. He has the size to muscle through contact and the good touch to boot.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stop.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Very few players, if any, score more points than Lillard as a pick-and-roll ball handler.
Harden against Lillard. Lobs it up for Jordan. No good that time.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Irving can't hit. Jordan against Lillard. From deep. And it's Lillard again missing. And they're moving it up. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Lillard against Harden. Lillard attacking. Rebound, Brooklyn. Griffin's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Irving. Good, and Harris gets the assist.
Kyrie's such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
Deflects the pass. Griffin with the steal. Harden surveying the D. Knocked away. It's stolen by Jones. Lillard way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Trailblazers. Here's Harden trying to get open as Irving. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Lillard from outside. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. From deep three-point range. Rebound, Brooklyn.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Lillard outside. Lillard again missing.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. They get the rebound. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Yeah, those are the kind of shots that Lillard, when he gets in these hot streaks throughout the course of a season, gets more and more consistent with.
And so it's Portland winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily.